My name is Jenny McCarthy, and I'm the director for Mother Hicks.
I am Kelsey Lionbarger, and I'm the sound designer for Mother Hicks.
My name is Stephanie Polimas, and I'm the scenic designer.
Mother Hicks is about three outsiders who are grappling with their identities and how they interact with people around them during the time of the Great Depression. So they have a lot more obstacles in finding their identity because of the time that they're in. This is my second time working on Mother Hicks. I was in Mother Hicks in undergrad. It was one of my first shows of undergrad. And so as I was initially looking at the play, the biggest thing was don't copy what I did before. The biggest thing for me, looking at it now from my 2018 perspective, is fear and what happens to a big group of people when they're fearful. And we see in this play that some people lay blame.
The process for sound designing has been, in this show particularly, a real challenge because I've actually sound designed for many shows. But the biggest difference here is we are now dealing with live sound and Foley. And in the world of Foley, a lot of times what you hear is not really what you hear. There's so many possibilities to make, and just the creative idea of believing in something that's not really true really resonates through the Mother Hicks world.
The play takes place in Ware, Illinois in 1935, so we're right in the Great Depression. The inspiration behind the scenery was there's a lot of great pictures through the WPA project of all of these small towns in the middle of America.
This is my first time directing, and so I was really nervous of coming into that first design meeting. I didn't know what to say, and I just kind of talked about my thoughts about the play, and then I really trusted everyone in the room, so I said, bring back your thoughts. And everyone has brought in such creative, innovative, inspired design ideas that it's been really easy for me as a director to say, yes, I love this, keep going this way. They just are bringing some wonderful things into the room that I never could have thought of on my own.
Jenny is a really fun director. I remember at the beginning, I'd only learned I was going to be sound designing for Hicks. I didn't really know what that would entail. The day after I learned, she came running up to me, it's like, hey, you're gonna do Foley work. And I was like, okay, I've never done Foley work. Jenny's such a patient person, and she's so willing to help me through this new experience.
Right off the bat, our first meeting, when she was talking a lot about seeing the remnants of the past and seeing how things have been worn down over time, and the inspiration behind also using a cart that the character Tuck has, and he carries everything around with him, and using that to transform the space into all the different locations. Working on the pieces, we knew everything, it's the Great Depression, so nothing is new. No, there's nothing that's shiny and new. Everything's distressed, and there's a lot of texture to it. So the way I approach it, especially with the concept of being able to see how it was beautiful in the past. So for example, the general store sign, and took some sandpaper to it and distressed it, used a wash, some watered down paint to add some dirt texture, and even squeezed some paint to have kind of as if it had rained on it, and there's kind of dirt that is run down on the sign. So you can tell that, it used to be beautiful and now it's, really distressed.
I think the biggest challenge with sound design on this show is just coming up with what to do for each sound, because unlike other shows, I can no longer go to, say, YouTube or any other MP3 sharing site to just grab a sound, put it in a computer, and hit go. Now it's more about being patient, listening, and experimentation.
During tech, I think the most exciting part of it is seeing it all come together. So you talk about, as a director, kind of the movie in your head, you imagine how everything's going to go, and then seeing it all come together, it's more than I could have imagined.
You have spent several weeks, usually actually several months, in concept form. It all, goes and makes sense, but once you actually see it in the space, in full scale, it's always very interesting.
I'm actually a part of the show, which I think is really rewarding. It's giving me new skills and new opportunities that I hope to carry out through the rest of my career.
What's so exciting about the rehearsal process is that there were some moments in the rehearsal process that will probably never happen again, on stage. And just to be a witness to that as a director, I've been so lucky to be a part of that. And so I'm so excited to share this story with other people.
Silence make a hostage of my mind. upon have mercy.